native and hybrid grapes are deeply rooted in New York State history and produced in nearly all the state's major AVAs. This unique local flavor needs to be better understood and explored. With climate change and sustainability top of mind, we believe that the potential of these grapes to be infinite. And with today's tasting flight of 4 wines, we hope to show the varying styles, approaches, terroir, and flavors that make New York's natives and hybrids so special. In New York, the natives, the wild grapes, they were here first. Forming the backbone of the early New York wine industry, native varieties, the majority of which are Vitis labrusca, came into use when it became apparent that European vines lacked the disease resistance and winter hardiness to survive. Wine writer Dr. Jamie Goode wrote that native grapes have a distinctive flavor, and this is often described as foxy. But the term was originally used to describe the fondness that foxes have for the grapes from Vitis labrusca, rather than any resemblance between the wines and the smell of foxes. The overwhelming majority of New York native plantings are used for the production of grape juice and jam. When made into wine, their flavor mimics the experience of these everyday products. It's truly local flavor. Improvements in viticulture, winemaking, and technology have greatly improved the quality and drinkability of these wines. Now, the term hybrid refers to a crossing, accidental or deliberate, between 2 species of grape. Many of the hybrids used in New York today were developed by the French, and for this reason, the category is often referred to as French-American hybrids. However, many of the most popular varieties grown today are the result of North American breeding programs from the University of Minnesota, Cornell, and others. With that in mind, some producers refer to the original French-American hybrids as heritage or heirloom varieties. The hybridizers' efforts were an attempt to develop new grape varieties, crossing vinifera's with the hardier, disease and pest-resistant American species. These horticulturalists made thousands of crosses and created hundreds of hybrids, of which a handful eventually became commercially viable producers. While hybrid varieties were important to the United States in the first half of the 20th century, improved rootstocks, insecticides, and fungicides permitted the return of vinifera varieties to most vineyards. Simultaneously, a drive to improve the overall quality of American-grown European varieties promoted the elimination of vines considered to be of marginal quality, hybrid and vinifera alike. However, American viticulture would not be where it is today without hybrid grapes bridging our past to our present. And they may be the future. Wine number 1 is the Lakewood Vineyards Bubbly Catawba from the 2021 vintage. It's made in the Finger Lakes from free-run Catawba juice from grapes grown on Keuka Lake. This is their fruity twist on America's original sparkling wine. This spritzy number captures the characteristic sweet, tart crispiness of the Catawba grape. Everything about this wine is fun, and it makes for a great summer celebration wine. Wine number 2 is the Bully Hill Seyval Blanc from the Finger Lakes. Now, the Taylor family of Bully Hill vineyards are the original gangsters of hybrid viticulture in the Finger Lakes, and their impact on the New York wine industry is immense. Seyval Blanc is a French-American hybrid. It is a dry wine that features the grape's signature acidity. The Seyval Blanc is lovely. It's bright and has just racy acid. This would be an excellent foil for rich, creamy cheeses. Something like a burrata salad would be a perfect pair. Our next wine is the Clover Pond Marquette Reserve 2019 from Clover Pond in the Upper Hudson AVA. Marquette is a cold, hardy red hybrid variety developed by the University of Minnesota. This wine is dry, oaked, and a touch smoky. It has really round, dark fruits like blueberries and blackberries, and really racy acidity. It's quite fresh. We gave it a bit of a chill, and I think it performs really well that way. The wine has a similar flavor profile to Malbec, maybe brighter acid, but that's the cool climate. And so I think lamb would be a really nice pairing for this wine. And on to our final wine. The Uncharted Terroir series from Hunt Country Vineyards was developed to put a spotlight on sustainable varieties like this one, a French-American hybrid called Vignoles. This wine spent 9 days fermenting on its skins in stainless steel. Now, tropical fruit aromas are giving way to a honey character with a really lovely lingering finish. I'm fascinated with this wine. I love the color coming from the skin contact. The profile is round and lush and ripe. That honeyed characteristic is just lovely. I want it with something salty. I'm thinking Greek street food. And this has just a ton of applications. You really don't need much more than sunshine and a comfortable chair. New York State native and hybrid wines offer incredible value. We can boast a wide breadth of styles and varieties with the signatures of a world-class, cool climate region. These are fresh, lively wines with moderate alcohol and lots of flavor. They're largely unavailable anywhere else in the world and are budget-friendly to the average consumer. With the overwhelming majority of producers being small and family-owned, you're getting an artisan product rooted in unique, fascinating terroir and history. New York State's native and hybrid grapes played an important role in our history and will continue to gain importance in our future. That's as we continue to focus on sustainability and react to climate change. New York State's cool and cold climate regions are distinctly suited for premium native and hybrid wine production. Native and hybrid grapes are produced across most of New York State's AVAs and in a variety of styles and sweetness levels. They're fantastic with food, and with the spectrum of styles and flavors available, there's something for every meal, occasion, and palate.